I think you might have a lot of questions in your head, like, why? But the answer is, I don't know. I don't know what to do with my hair. The city has been locked down for months now. No hair salon, it's open. My hair is growing really fast. I need help. So for today's video, I am going to be showing you the OG Broly deck. I will be bringing you through the different interactions between the cards, some combos that I have, and also what are maybe the best turn-by-turn play that you can do with the deck itself. So I hope I got you excited. See you guys after the short intro, alright? Guys, I want to welcome you back from the intro. We are going to be talking about the OG Broly deck with the new demonic restraint. It just got so much better, but what to play, what are the interactions that you have, what are some of the little combos that you have in the deck. We are going to be going through this deck profile together. Alright, I hope you stay with me because this is going to get very exciting. So first up, let's talk about the leader. The leader comes from set 1, but it is so powerful because right now there's something that you can do with this leader, and this leader alone that brings you so much more value. It has a permanent, it cannot attack battle cards. So you cannot swing at battle cards, you have to swing at the leader card. But now what you can do already from the start is if they are playing a Unison card straight out of bat, you can swing at your Unison card. So the Unison card gets a -1 marker and your opponent does not get the extra 1 card in their hands. Whereas the auto steal props, that means the opponent has to discard 1. Really good. He is a old leader, so that means at 4 life he is a draw 2 leader. When he awakens, he becomes even more deadlier because when he swings right now, you and your opponent has to discard a card, and you and your opponent also has to choose 1 card from your battle area and put it into your drop area. There is no way to get around this. Both of you have to do it, and again, you get to draw a card when you swing. That is a +1. And of course, with that permanent, you can also swing at their Unison card. Just keep on swinging at their Unison card so that they never get the +1 into their hands. Really good. This little change in the mechanics just makes this leader so much powerful. Alright, but let's talk about the new Broly rings that we get. Demonic Restraint. This card, how good he is. So from a scale from 1 to 10, this is a 9.5. Well, the 0.5 is just to make sure that it is not perfect. Of course, nothing is perfect, but it is as perfect as it comes. What does this guy do? This is the new Broly ring, and if you know what the old Broly ring does, that means if you have this few card on your battle area, you and your hands are not affected by your leader skill. So when you swing, you don't have to discard a card. But this card has more utility than the Broly's ring. One of the things in the past that you have to do with the Broly leader, or you have to kind of take care with the Broly leader, is that you have to make sure that when you swing, you have something on the board, because other than this, your Broly ring, because if Broly ring is the last card in your battle area, you also have to put Broly's ring into the drop area. But in this case, this is not the case right now. If this is the last card in your battle area, you can put it into your drop area, and because it is discarded by your leader skill, it comes back into the battle area just like that. Really good. I love this. And more than just that, you can also take 1 card from your life into your hands. That means you can, with your just by playing this guy, you can already just self-awaken. So this card has ability to self-awaken, and it's not just your leader skill. If there's a battle card on the board, you can also discard this from your board, and then you get to it comes back into play too. So you can target this thing if you need to KO something you need to remove something from your battle area. You can use this one too. And activate main, he has even one more, like if this is not good enough, it has one more ability, which is activate main once per turn. Tap 3 green, you choose 1 card from your hands, which is 6 or less battle card, 6 or less cost, which is a Broly, and you can play it from your mono green Broly, and then you play it. So we're gonna talk about the target later on. Never tap 1 and play this guy. Please don't do that, because what you do here is you swing with a leader, discard this card, and then from this card you play it from your drop area. And because if you do this interaction, you can take one card from your life to your hands. Helps you to self-awaken. There is nothing stopping you from awakening as fast as possible, because this is a draw 2 leader, okay? But of course, we will be playing 4 of this SS3 Saiyan Berserker. The reason why this is very, very important here is that it helps you to search for a Broly's ring. When you discard this card, you can get 2 cards from your life and add it into your hands. Helps you to self-awaken faster. Go to your deck, find a Broly ring, and activate it. So for 0 energy, either way that you play it, you have a Broly's ring on your board. 0 energy on turn 1. 7 chances, because I'm playing 4 of this and 3 of the Broly's ring in your deck just to do it. And usually I manage to do that in turn 1 because but most of the time I want to do it with the Saiyan Berserker rather than the Broly's ring. But either way that you do that, you can either take 1 life or take 2 life. Helps you to self-awaken, and then just carry on with your combo. Alright, really, really good. Very, very excellent combo here. There is no minus in this play anymore. Let's take a look at the different combos that you can do with the Demonic Restraint. One of the combos that you can do is, of course, the very famous Paragus the Sacrifice together with Demonic Restraint. Straight up, I don't know whether Bandai will address this issue, because it felt a little bit cheap to play this. However, if it's not making too much dent in the meta, I don't think Bandai will step in to do anything about this. But how does this interaction work, if you ask me, like Paragus the Sacrifice, right? What it does here is now you have Demonic Restraint on the board. If you play Paragus the Sacrifice, which is a 1-cost card, activate main once per turn, you choose 1 green card. So it doesn't say whether is it your battle card, is it any card. Just 1 green card in your battle area other than this card, and place in your drop area, you get to draw a card. And so the combo is, when you play Paragus the Sacrifice, discard your choose your Demonic Restraint from your battle area, put it into drop area, the auto props, and that Demonic Restraint comes in. So if you want to take 1 life, you can take 1 life to help you self-awaken. And no matter what, you get to draw 1 card. Then the question to me is that, hey, Sensopop, why is this thing so good? The thing here is, the Demonic Restraint ability, this auto, is not once per turn. That means that when you do something like that, you can play, and Paragus the Sacrifice is not unique. That means you can have 2 to 3 Paragus the Sacrifice on the board, and if your opponent doesn't take care of Paragus the Sacrifice, every single round you draw 2 to 3, depending on how many Paragus the Sacrifice you have. And then you can also blast 1 from your life if you want to, because if you're going to go for the game, why not? Take until you have 1 life and just go for the swing. Now your hand size is so big, so they need to your opponent needs to dedicate resources to take care of Paragus of Sacrifice, because every single round it provides you with so much more value. And if you have 2 to 3 of them, which usually I have like 2 of them, every single round it's an extra +2 in your hands. So really good. Very, very good until this gets hit. I don't know whether, again, I would like to say I don't know whether this gets hit or not, because design wise I don't think these 2 are supposed to interact together, but I'm not going to place too much emphasis on that, even though I've already placed a lot of emphasis on that. But this is a very good combo to play. 4 pieces of Paragus the Sacrifice. You will need that. Set it up very early in the game, set it up late in the game. Anyways, you get value. Alright. So what are the cards? We are going to be focusing on the activate main once per turn with Demonic Restraint. So what are the 6 cards that we will be playing? The first one, of course, it's one of my favorite cards in the game. It is going to be Broly the Rampaging Horror. 6 cost 30k, double striker. When you play this card, not your opponent, you chooses 2 cards from your opponent's hands at random and discard it. Whether are you going to do the dice roll or at random, or make your opponent shuffle their cards in their hands, you close your eyes, take 2, discard it, yeah, at random. So the good part is your opponent doesn't choose it, you can choose it. One tip to take note is if you have ability, for example, like your leader that makes your opponent chooses their cards to drop, make sure that you make your opponent chooses before you chooses, like with Broly's ability, because your opponent will help you to already thin down the cards that he has in his hand. So he would, of course, if he chooses, he would take the cards that he doesn't need, put it into the drop area. Now you have less cards to deal with, and your chances of hitting the cards that you need, that your opponent need, it's gonna be so much higher. So we're gonna be playing 4 copies of Rampaging Horror and 1 copy of Rampaging Super Saiyan Broly Triple Striker 30k 6 cores. Why are we playing that? First reason is because we want to up the number of 6 cores count in our deck, just in case there are situations where I don't have a 6 cores and I'm ready to play this 3 energy. So just to make sure that we have 6 cores Broly card when we want to. And you can say that, of course, objectively, Rampaging Super Saiyan Broly is not as good as Broly the Rampaging Horror. Because it doesn't discard. But you know what is also hand destruction? When your opponent is down to 3 or less life, when you swing with a 30k and your opponent doesn't have a negate, your opponent has to negate, because if they don't negate 15k, they need to combo out of this 30k. It is also hand destruction, because your opponent will be using so much cards in their hands just to combo and combo and combo and try to get out. Alright, so we will be playing 4 copies, 1 copy, up the counts to 5, so that you have the 6 drop in your hands when you want to. Alright, we will be playing with the Bio Broly Unison, because Unison in this game is really good, and this card in this deck is very good. Bio Broly Giant Force, the +1 ability and the -4 ability both are good, because if you have dead cards in your hands, like Demonic Restraint, like after you use the Infinite Saiyan Red at SS3 Broly, it's a dead card in your hand. So what do? Discard it. So +1, you may choose 1 card from your hands, discard it. If you do, you get to draw a card. And the -4, it's when this card becomes very disgusting. Your opponent either have to choose to take care of him, or your opponent has to swing at your leader. So if they swing at him, he is like your blocker, right? He takes a lot of swing from your opponent, because they want to make sure that they don't have to deal with this guy, and it's -4. What is this -4? Activate main, choose 2 cards from your opponent's hands and discard it. And then this card gains 16k power dual attack for the turn. Take note, you have to have a 5 marker for the second part to prop, because this card has to kind of be alive when you do the -4. However, if you have just 4 marker and you're going in for the game, don't worry. Just do the -4, choose 2 cards from your opponent's hands and discard it. This card dies. However, the card has done its job. It's not your opponent chooses, you chooses. That makes a lot of difference. But of course, another very powerful reasons why we are playing with Unison card is because of the counterplay and counterattack. There is no introduction needed for this 2, because they are 2 of the best green cards in the game right now. One of the weakness when it comes to the Broly deck itself, it has bot control, it has hand control, but one of the things that it does not have, it's if your opponent has a card with barrier, it gets a little bit dicey. You don't know how to take care of it. That is why we will also be playing 3 copies of Sun Gohan Hidden Might, Deflect, Unique, Double Strike. When your card is 3 or less, reduce the energy cost in your hands by 3. That means this card is a 2 cost. Your Broly deck itself, it is so easy to get down to 3, 2 or 1, whatever you want. Paragus the Sacrifice with Demonic Restraint lets you take life from your life to your hands, right? If you don't have Paragus the Sacrifice, when swinging with Broly leader, you can also target Demonic Restraint, put it into a drop area, put it back in, take 1 life, and now you are at 3 life. Easy to get into the 3 life. It is not your opponent control. You control when you want to get to 3 life, when you want to. Alright, and so what do you do when you play this card? This is 2 cost, 25k, Double Strike, Unique, Deflect. When you play this card, you get to choose 1. Either you remove 1 marker from your opponent's Unison, or you choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle card, ignoring barrier, and then you KO it. Really good. Very good. I love this card so much because of the cheap cost, 25k Double Strike, and the ability to take care of something that has barrier on the board. Alright, but of course, with this 2-5 cost in your face right now that we have in this view right now, we will be playing also 3 copies of Field Zamasu Deity's Wrath. Why do we play this card? This is indestructible, 20k auto. When it swings, your opponent has to discard 1 card from their hands. This card cannot be removed from the field unless they minus it like by 20, because it is indestructible, right? So unless they reduce the power to 20, so it is removed by mechanics. So this card, it's extremely difficult to be removed from the battle area. So every time he swings, your opponent has to discard 1. And you're not never gonna be paying 5 for this guy, because what you can do is activate main, tap 1. You can use you can pop Son Gohan or pop Frieza Charismatic Villain, and then you play this Fuse Zamasu Deity's Wrath from your hands just like that. Then you have another 20k swing that makes your opponent discard 1 that is virtually impossible to remove from the board. There are some ways to do that, but they are not so easy. Alright, that means with the Son Gohan Heated Might, you pop something on the board ignoring barrier, swing with a 25k double strike, then you tap 1 Fuse Zamasu Deity's Wrath. The whole thing is just 3 energy. Now your opponent has to deal with an indestructible 20k, and then they have to discard 1 from their hands every time this guy stays on the board and every time this guy makes a swing. Very destructive, very powerful, extremely great combo over there. Alright, so here is the whole deck profile, so you can take a look at the numbers between them. One of the things I want to mention here at the end of this video is that, am I happy with this deck? Am I happy with playing with OG Broly once again? Yes, I am very happy. The problem that I have with this deck is it is not themed enough. However, with the Battle Evolution booster that was reviewed just a couple of days ago, before this recording of this video, I do have a version that is themed. I need to do some play testing, but stay tuned to this channel. I'm pretty sure I will feature it more with gameplay, with play testing, because I am very excited. The whole deck itself looks like it is all Broly. So we'll be playing with Supreme Berserker, and instead of the Xeno Cell, we will be playing with the SS3 Margin Broly. Yeah, so I hope you are excited to view that as much as I do. So stay subscribed, like, give me a like. I will appreciate this a lot. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm to make this video spread more of my channel to the other people. Alright, so hey guys, I hope you like this video. I hope you like the deck profile. Tell me if your build is a little bit different from me, if you have some special combo that I should take a look. Please tell me down in the comment section. I always reply. If not, stay safe guys, and see you guys in the next video. Alright, ciao, bye.